Welcome to SWEN Remote,
a weekly newscast made by teens.
About what's going on in our Somersworth Dover community
and beyond.
We are SWEN.
We are SWEN.
We are SWEN.
Welcome back to SWEN Remote. I'm your host, David Runko. In this week's episode, we interviewed students and teachers on what it's like to be back in school. First, we asked, what has it been like being back in school?
I think it's been pretty good being able to interact with people and probably being able to get work done better since we're back in person, and it's much easier to do work back here.
Back in school, I found my experience to be very good. Coming back from online is definitely a saver for me, for I do excel in person rather than online.
It's been great. I've really enjoyed having students back in my classroom. I felt very detached from my students before, and I felt like I couldn't teach.
Well, I'd say at the beginning of the year wasn't ideal because you students weren't here, so it was lonely. The hallways were scarce, and yeah, it wasn't the best situation, but we were just excited, to see you guys virtually. But as we progressed and, come into school now, it's so nice to have you guys in the hallways, making noise, being loud, and just, getting to see you guys in person. So while it's been challenging and transitioning, it's been very nice to have you all back here.
Then we asked, are you enjoying being back in school?
Yes, I am. Very much so.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, I mean, I've been back in school the whole time since the beginning of the year, but now that the students are back, it feels like school again, and it's made me so much happier.
Of course.
We asked, what are some things you like about being back in school?
Probably being able to interact with people and just being here in general.
As always, I love communicating with my friends and teachers. It is like my absolute happiness to be able to do that.
I like seeing my students. I like having conversations with them. I like the Topper shop is open again because of the pizza. Yeah, that's
Well, as I said before, it's, seeing you guys in person, meeting with you one-on-one, walking into the lunchroom and being able to hang out with you guys and see each other, and just, seeing you guys interact with each other has been amazing, and just, catching up with everyone.
After that, we asked, what are some things you dislike about being back in school?
Dislike probably all the CDC stuff. I mean, I think hopefully by next year we'll be done with it. No more masks, social distancing, whatever. But I think for the rest of the school year, I think it'll be all right.
Obviously there are some safety concerns, but so far the school has been able to handle that very well.
It's a tough question. I don't like disciplining students for not following COVID-19 protocols, like walking the right way or going to the bathroom one at a time. Some of that I find difficult.
What I dislike, it's not too much. I mean, I know there's some rules and regulations, but we have to follow those to keep everybody safe. So there isn't anything that I dislike. I'm just happy we're all back and we're back in together.
Being back to full time, probably when it comes to sleep, we gotta get up at 6 in the morning every day. It would probably be better if we were to start a little later, like Portsmouth is. I've heard they start a little later.
Yes, I very much miss waking up late, but it's all for the better.
Yeah, since we changed the schedule so much, it's made it very difficult to be consistent in my classroom and prepare for lessons the same way. I've had to adapt over and over. Thankfully, my students have adapted as well, but it has made it difficult to run a classroom with expectations that are always changing.
No, it has not. I'm a little bit more unique because I'm a school counselor, so my schedule is pretty flexible, just to accommodate and meet all you all.
Next, we asked, do you like the hallway system?
No, it's a little annoying.
The hallway system, yes, it is manageable and it's definitely reasonable, so yes, I do like it.
I don't mind it. I only walk in the hallways when nobody's there, so it's not an issue for me.
It's not terrible. I think it's for, health and safety guidelines, obviously, but I know it's frustrating for kids because they can't get, to the bathroom very quickly, or, they have to follow those directions. As, being 7 months pregnant at the moment, it is a little challenging, a little more walking, so I'm a little out of breath at times. Again, it's for the health and safety guidelines for the schools, so whatever we need to do possible, so that way we can get you guys in person, so you all can be here. I'm just hoping for next year it's going to be a little different, a little more normal, so that's what I'm
Then we
striving
asked,
for.
do you like the bathroom system?
No, it's completely stupid.
The bathroom system, yeah, and it also does eliminate some problems that we've had last year concerning some individuals, obviously.
Then we asked, do you like how the classrooms and lunchroom are set up?
The screens in the lunchroom are a little much, but in the classrooms, it's okay.
Yes.
I don't mind the classroom setup. I wish it was aligned a little differently. I would like every student to be able to see one another, but because of the social distancing, we can't have it the way I would prefer it set up. Everything else seems fine.
Then we asked, has your workload increased since being back in school?
Yes, it has a little bit.
Yes, but that is very much expected and just something that we must adapt to.
Yes. Before I had more time in the schedule because we had an extra block every day to do more of our online stuff. Now that students are back, I still have students who are remote, so I'm still preparing lessons online and in the classroom. So I have to post things in my Google Classroom, and I also have to keep them in my classroom. I have no time anymore, comparatively.
Absolutely. It's been hard because we have to balance those kids that are still remote as well as those kids that are in person, as well as making connections and trying to balance that all out. It's been hard connecting with kids, especially ones that, don't have the best home life or, just their own personal situations. It's been hard keeping in contact with them, especially if they're staying remote. So yes, I think across the board for any other staff member, teacher, administrator, it's been a lot more work.
Then we asked, how do you feel about wearing masks all day?
Not great. I would be happy if there were like some breaks in between other than while eating lunch or whatever.
Because of the pandemic, we sort of had to get used to it anyway. So as of now, I'm used to it and I don't really have that much of a problem. Though it would be enjoyable if we could take them off sometime soon.
It doesn't bother me too much. I've noticed now it's getting hotter. It's getting a little damp inside my mask, but it's not a big deal.
I have a little bit of a different situation because I have my own office, so I'm able to take my mask off, have plenty of breaks when I need it. But again, it's the health and safety guidelines that we have to follow. I'm not vaccinated just due to my pregnancy and stuff, but I'm hoping as we progress through and go into next year that, the masks can be taken off.
And finally, we asked, do you prefer being online, partially online and in school, or back in full-time?
I would prefer being fully in school.
For the interest of my education, I would say being fully inside of school is the best way for me.
As a teacher, I much prefer in person. I want everybody in person. I can have a much greater impact. I can be a more effective teacher in person because I can motivate students by talking to them one-on-one. When students are remote, I lose that connection and I can't motivate students to be self-engaged and learning on their own.
Oh, fully in school, absolutely. I want to see you all faces. I want to meet with you and talk to you and, be able to hang out with you guys.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of SWEN Remote. See you next time.